Hi everybody, this is Dale. Welcome to Not Too Shabby Chic. And tonight I am doing the A to Z Back to Basics challenge. And I am one of the collaborators and my letter is the letter L. If you haven't been watching all of the collaborators that have been so far, A through K, you have missed out. They are using this kit and it's awesome. It's a 72-page kit, half for sale in RachandBella's shop and the other half for sale in Journals in Time, Rose's shop. And it's amazing. So they had certain letters of the alphabet assigned to each collaborator, and they had certain pages they created for that letter. So, and we had prompts. So my letter is L. And I am a little intimidated, I must say, because everybody is so good. I've never done anything like this before, and I've not done very many tutorials because I kind of stink at it. So, with that being said, that's my disclaimer. So, but I hope that you'll watch. I'm also trying to get to 2,000 subscribers, so I'm hoping that this will help me do that. So I want to get started. I want to show you some of the pages that I selected to use. Now, we could use other pages, not just our own letter. So this page, I've already fussy cut out two things, but it's was under the P, letter P for pockets. And aren't they adorable? There's gnomes, and I love the little car. So I cut those two out to use. Then there was P for postcards, and I'll be cutting those out most likely if I have time. And then this was a background page, and I don't remember which letter this was for, but isn't that beautiful? The cream color with the red polka dots, love it. Then here is envelopes. I believe this was under E for envelopes, but it could have been under a different letter because there was F for flaps and folds, but I used this envelope, but I shrunk it. So you'll see that. And I used this page of the letter K for kiss. The Santa's kiss and the little boy's kissing the little girl. So that is letter K. And some of these I printed on heavy cardstock and some on regular paper. This was for the letter L for lights, and you've got all these different lights which are really pretty. And I fussy cut out some, but I printed them on a cream color parchment paper. And I may cut out a couple more if we have time. So that is adorable. And then we have this page, which was for lace. There's lace in the background and letters. You've got Dear Santa Claus. It's a cute little letter. And then here's an envelope. And I'm also using this page is a background page. So I printed it on the back of this. And we'll be using that as well. But first, I'm using the letter L, and I'm doing letters and littles if I have time to do the littles, but I'll tell you what they are either way. So it's back to basics. So I've seen so many wonderful things that people have created, and journals, trifolds, a lot of things with lots of steps, and it's fun to follow them and watch them create. Mine is going to be much more simple, much more basic. So I hope that you'll enjoy it. I don't typically measure anything, but I have my handy ruler so that I can let you see. So I turned mine this way versus this way, because I've got a piece of cardstock printed on both sides. You don't have to, like, I'm going to adhere mine to this page, and yes, I'm going to cover that up. and that's okay. But if you wanted to let it be a floating card or just a Christmas card, what I'm going to show you how to make, you could do that. So that's why I went ahead and printed both sides, because at first I was not going to make it stationary, but I've decided to do that. For my purposes, to fit on this page, and you could make it smaller or larger, it's you know, your choice. This is let's try it this way. 10.5 centimeters, which is, I'm terrible at reading a ruler. Just a little over 4 inches. It's terrible. And that was wide. Lengthwise, it's a little past 5.5, or centimeters is easier to read, about 13.5 centimeters long. So that's the measurements. This is going to be Santa's body. Yes, Santa's body. I know it seems hard to believe. Then I have made these arms. This was inspired, by the way, by a Christmas card I got many years ago from my sister, and it was made totally out of paper, so you don't need anything fancy, and so that it wouldn't be so bulky. Probably I got this side with is just black, kind of thinner cardstock, but I lined it with black felt. But you wouldn't have to do that, and you could use white if you wanted to have white gloves. The prototype that I had black gloves, and so I decided to go with that because black won't show up dirt near as bad. But basically you have a long strip in the center and you just make a mitten. I just drew my own mitten, drew one, and then traced it for the other side. The length to fit that board or body is approximately 10.25 centimeters. I mean inches. Duh. 10.25 inches long, or 25, a little over 25.5 centimeters. And width, I just did, it's almost 4.5 centimeters, or 1 3/4 inches. But it's not rocket science, but this felt picks up everything. So anyway, these are my hands. And what we're going to do is we are going to wrap the hands around the body, like so. Now, that looks kind of blah. So first, I have this ribbon I bought at Hobby Lobby, and it had $15 on it, and when I checked out, they said it was $1.99, and I said, do what? So I went and gathered up a couple more rolls because I love this, and I wanted to use it. So it was too wide for this project, so I had to do some trimming down. But you can use whatever you want. You could just use white felt to go down the center, or white paper. Whatever you wanted to do, it's up to you. But I just decided I like the rustic look, so I cut a piece, and then took another piece of just this to glue it down on this side, right? So that way, see, my glue gun's heated up. We will glue this down. And I'm using a glue gun because it's quicker for purposes of the video. And hopefully I will not burn myself. That is not fun. And I'm just doing it on the sides because I don't want the glue to show through in the middle. All right, glue gun, get up there. Okay, so we want it kind of centered. I'm gonna say right about there is good. So this is Santa's closure. He's a rustic Santa. So we get that down good. And then I've got 3 black buttons that I found that kind of match. And I'm not sure if these are vintage or not because I've got tons of buttons. And I love, love, love buttons. So I am going to get a piece of thread, sorry for the noise, to tie in the center of the button. And I didn't have that out already, so I apologize. So I'm going to see if this will work. Might be too thick. And you don't have to do this either if you don't want to. What is it, Nick the Booksmith says? I'm not your mama. You do what you want to. So I'm kind of twisting it. It's not wanting to. Oh. More than one way to skin a cat. So, we'll try 2. Let's just try 1. Got the wrong, I grabbed the wrong string, but in any case, I just like to have the string going through the buttons, and I should have already had that in place, just so it looks a little more finished. So I'm going to pause so I can do the other buttons, and I'll be right back. So I've changed thread. I got some waxed linen because it was so much simpler to do that. And now I'm just going to glue the buttons on Santa's suit. And we want to try to get them somewhat even. I think that'll work. So this challenge has been, I have enjoyed watching everyone. I encourage you to check out Journals in Time, her YouTube channel, and RachandBella's YouTube channel if you have not done so. And then RachandBella have some Facebook groups too. And they're just a lot of fun and both very talented. And Miss Bella has her own channel now too. I think it's called Bella's Crafty Studio, or I can't remember the exact name. I will try to link everyone's no strings. The fun of glue. So let's move this up just a hair. So anyway, that's that. So I'll try to link all of their channels in my description box, and the hashtag, and you can click on that hashtag or type in the hashtag and come up with everyone who's participating and see all the creativity. And I would encourage you to go get this kit. It is phenomenal. 72 pages. I mean, you just, and there's something for everybody. If you like more traditional Christmas, it's there. If you like whimsical, it's there. There's an advent calendar. There's just some of everything. So I've got the buttons on. Before I do the hands, I made him a belt. So I just took this faux leather because I don't have black real leather. I just have brown. And then this is one of the Tim Holtz buckles. So I just kind of ran that through there and put a little eyelet where the hole is, a black eyelet. But we're going to have him a belt. So we're going to glue the belt. See, the belt's supposed to show I believe that's how I like it. I have a prototype that I did last year and I never used it because I kept hoarding it because I thought it was so cute. And I didn't make another one, but this is my prototype I made last year, and it's got the furry fur, and I only put 2 buttons because that covers it up, but I think I need 3. And I used crushed velvet, so it's super cute, and the back looks terrible. So anyway, that's kind of my prototype. So I think I put my button in the wrong place. I think. Let's see if I can. Of course, you know I'm going to mess up because we're on camera. Well, I am not going to mess this up over a button. So we're just gonna do it there and call it done. So I was going to do a brad, but I think I'm just going to do glue. This comes with a brad. It will be cute when we're done. And if you want, you know, for your little Santa who's delivering a letter to the boys and girls, or a boy or girl, you want it to be a floater. You obviously want your belt to go all the way across. But I am not doing that. It would be a cute journal cover too, actually. I almost went too far one direction, didn't I? So, this is the stringiest glue I've ever seen. I don't remember where I got it, so I need to make sure I don't buy this kind again. So there's our Santa belt that's not really even. There we go. Scooch him up a little. Isn't that cute? So we've got the belt, so now we're going to have his hands, but we want a cuff. So I created another little thing from to match his closure, for lack of a better word, what to call it. And I fiddled around with this, I don't know how long before I ended up deciding to do this today. Because at first I was using the same paper as the background, which is from the kit, but it was hard to get it because the arms bend. to do right. So I decided I wasn't going to do that. And so then I thought, well, it could just match the front, which would probably be better. And I think I like it better because I do like grungy, primitive, vintage, antique-ish is kind of more my lane. And this kind of goes better with that. Glue it down to my table like I did the other one. And I'll trim that off. Okay, so now we're going to put his cuffs on. Sorry about the glue, this is driving me nuts. So let's take him off, and put, now his cuffs will show because his arms are going to open and close. So we want them to look halfway decent, to the extent I can make them halfway decent. Let's see. And this ribbon is wired ribbon, so that makes it a little easier to bend and work with. So I think that's close enough. This is for me personally, so if I were doing it for someone else, I might make it a little neater if I could. Let me get that down. I think I'm going to cut that a little more so it's not quite so much overlap. So there's one cuff. And like I said, this felt picks up everything. And you could have just left it paper. Maybe that's what I should have done. But I thought the felt would be cuter. So we're going to do this one next. Keeping it kind of towards the middle. And I'm sure this is, haven't made this since last year, guys. So it's a little hard because I didn't save my pattern. I can't find it where I made it before, because the card was the Christmas card that I had the folding hands, but it was just plain paper, and that's about the extent of it. It didn't really have much else to it. It was just a cute idea that I thought, oh, I could improve on that, and that would be great for Christmas. So that's what I attempted to do. And I'm sure if I make a few, they will come out a little better. But anyway, so you could use red velvet, you could use the white furry stuff like I did on my prototype, you could use white felt, white paper, you could do polka dots. I mean, you know, there's lots of different things you can do. So now we've got, let me remember where his arms bend. I think one bent further than the other, so he needs to scrunch up a little, I think. See, this is, Oh well. So we're going to do like so. All right, hold on. One memento. I got his cuff, or his arm bent where it needed to bend is right where I've got this glued. So I am going to re-glue like so. So it doesn't get in the way of the fold. There we go. And now I'll have to fix this one. Chew. Best laid plans of mice and men. And I tried to prep, have everything ready ahead of time and measured, and things happen. Okay, quit fooling with that. So here we go. So here's Santa's arms bending. And if you get the body too wide, which I may have done after all of that work, okay. Now, yeah, I think I've... Hold on one moment, guys. Okay. I trimmed off a little bit on each side. I had his body too fat. So you need to take off some of the measurements. It's just trial and error there. But anyway, looks kind of cute, I think. There's his body. Now we're going to glue him down. Okay, I think that'll be about right. We've got his hands down. And we want him to hold a letter. So I told you I sized down the one envelope so that it would fit in his hand. So I'm going to glue that down. So these little envelopes are so cute, and the cool thing is you can resize any of these things that you want. It's like this is the original size of the envelope, and see how large that is, and I needed it much smaller to fit in my Santa's hand, so you know, quite a bit less. So that's the other thing you can do. So we've got that. Now I printed out on parchment paper because I wanted it to look old. Christmas greetings, this little page that I showed you earlier. And this could be, if you were giving this to someone, a letter from Santa to the child with their gift in it if you wanted to give them a gift card or money, or for someone to journal, you know, for a journaling spot in a journal. But I love this parchment paper. So I made that, or printed that out and folded it down and put it there. And I do want to ink, which I had forgotten about doing, a little bit around the edges. Because I do like the grungy look. And this is archival ink. For this purpose, it doesn't really matter, but it's my favorite. It's called Coffee. Imagine that. If I love coffee dyed anything. And no worries about that. I will spray alcohol on it and it will come right up. So we've got that. I'm going to kind of all the way down a little and up around in here lightly, just to go over that. And then we'll ink the edges a little bit. And I know I take too long to ink, but I like it to look a certain way. So that's kind of how I roll. And I don't know how to do the speed ups and the fancy music. So I could sing. I don't know that you would like it. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. So there you go. That's enough of that for today, right? So we've got that inked. And now I'm going to ink around the top. I actually went to a retreat one year and did a little class on how to ink. I just thought everybody inked the same way. It was when I haven't been doing this very long, and everybody wanted me to show them how I do my inking, and I was like, oh, okay. So that's what I did, and then I use sometimes two colors, and then I have this cool finish that I use with the ink, gesso and gilding paste. It really turns out cool and almost makes your paper feel like leather when you're done. So I think I've got a tutorial for that on my channel, so you could check it out. But I need to redo it because I did it when I was at my sister's and I didn't have my usual setup. And I was filming on my phone and I didn't really have all my stuff. But it gives you the gist of it. And got done. Okay. Got that done. Watch this. I love alcohol. It's my best friend. It works when I paint and removes paint when I get too heavy-handed, which I am liable to do. So actually I heavy-handed everything I do, but I love it. So anyway, and then so that it wouldn't keep popping open, this is out of the kit too, and I cut it out. I don't remember which part of the kit, but I cut it out to make it like this to hold down the envelope flap. And I'll just ink this with what I've got left, because it's not the biggest focal point of the piece here. Okay, so I'm going to use this glue for that, and that only needs, okay. That way your letter still opens. And I like that little fireplace scene to hold the letter. And then we put it in Santa's hands like so. And it could be even smaller, but I wanted it to be somewhat big. So when you open it, you open the letter and read it. Or, let's see, how did I have it? I think I liked it better this way because I could get more of the sentiment there. I think my glue gun went off and I don't know why, so we'll use what I use is like Fabri-Tac, but it's not Fabri-Tac. I don't use that anymore. I get it at Dollar Tree, and it's by Beacon, the same company, and it's called poster board glue, and it smells the same consistency, the whole 9 yards, and works fabulously. Trying to see if my glue gun will come back on. There we go. But anyway, it's called poster board something glue by Beacon, and I tried it once and I thought, well, it smells the same consistency, and it works exactly the same and much cheaper. You get a 2-ounce bottle, $1.25. And I ordered online, which means you have to order in bulk. I need to refill my bottle. So I ordered 2 cases because, you know, I go through this stuff like water. But there's a tip for you to save a lot of money in the US. I don't know internationally. You know, check it out. Dollar Tree might ship internationally. I don't know. But I have it delivered to my local store, and it's free shipping that way. They send me an email. Sometimes they forget, so after about a week, if I've not heard from them, I go by there, and it's usually there, and they'll forget to email me. But it saves you a lot of money. So there's Santa with his letter, like so. I think we need to glue his arms down a little more here, because my glue gun went off. There we go. And I was going to do a magnet in his hands to keep them kind of together, and you can certainly do that. I think I was going to put it under the letter and forgot to stick it in there, so, but you could do one of those small magnets to hold his hands down. And there you go. Isn't he cute? So he can be for a journal topper or signature cover, and again, you can make it much flatter than the way I've done it, but I think this will be a journal topper for me. And again, it's a letter from Santa. I went online to look up some letters to Santa from some little kids, because some of them are hilarious, and I tried to print out a few, but they didn't print real well. But it would be so cool, Bella and Rach, if y'all could find some real letters or that are, you know, written in kids' handwriting for the kit. I just think that would be adorable. So that's all you do for your topper, and you can, of course, I'd probably add some trim here and decorate it up a bit, but it's pretty simple. I made it look probably more complicated than it needed to be, but cute idea. And you open that and you could put it, make it big enough for a gift card, or it's just a little journaling spot. Or we can Santa be really hugging on it right there. But I do need to do a magnet, and I don't have it handy, and I don't think you want to wait for me to try to find it. So that is a letter from Santa, and I just have to put that magnet there. Isn't that cute? I loved it. Then on the inside of this one signature, I was going to glue down these pockets and have the postcards, and you could do some of the little letters, like that one letter I printed on parchment paper would be super cute. And I was just gonna put them in the pockets. So letters to Santa, and here's his response, you know, super cute. And on the back we have Dear Santa Claus. It's one letter from a little girl named Grace that's in the kit. And then we'll have this one with the little Nomi. I was gonna put him right about there. So those are just adorable. So there's this is, see, here's where I printed out some of the kids' letters. It's really big. But it's so cute. Look at this one. Dear Santa, how are you? I'm good. Here's what I want for Christmas. Amazon.com, and wrote down the whole path. I thought that was adorable. But, you know, you could certainly cut those out and shrink them or whatever. Just an idea. But we have the postcards. Let me find the postcards right here. And I'm just going to fussy cut real quick. Give you an idea. I probably should have shrunk these down like I did the envelope, so that they would be smaller for what I'm doing, but we'll see how it works out. And I love these postcards that have the stitching. It's a brilliant idea. I love it. This kit is just adorable. I love this kit. And it will go with lots of other things you might already have in your stash. You know, you can, it's a good complementary kit as well, because it has so many different things that can go with so many other things. And I would probably, but for sake of time can't, stitch on top of this with my sewing machine, because I like it to show on the back, or print or, you know, back it with coffee dyed paper, or I could double print it on the back for a journaling spot. But just for sake of tonight, my thought was to have lots of letters to Santa all in the pockets. And we could write the little letters on the back. So something simple and cute, and then you can put sentiments here, which I didn't think of, but that's my simple needs a magnet letter from Santa and letters to Santa. So there's that. Keep hoping he'll smash down a little bit after a while, but I'm going to do a magnet. Then I fussy cut some of the lights pages out to make altered paper clips, and I've got these itty bitty ones that I ordered on Amazon, and I wanted, I said I need to come over just a hair more. I wanted to show it to you because I think it's super cute. I'm going to use a glue, well, let's see if the glue stick, this really stringy glue that we have. And this, again, I don't normally use a glue stick for something like this, but for sake of time, isn't that cute? And then we'll put like that, but I wanted to cut it small. Well, I'll cut it out in a moment. So you can have some little paper clips to hold additional letters or whatever you'd like to hold. Super fun. And then we'll just cut around. so. Just a little simple one, but super cute. I even thought about like making the stamp a paper clip to hold that closed, you know, but I ended up putting the other thing there. But it's super fun. And let's cut this one out. And this one, I was just gonna do in a square like so, for time's sake. But I think we can fussy cut it. Just let a little bit of the green show. So we have letters from Santa, we have lights from these cutouts, the ones that have lights, and then we have littles. Cute! So we can open up and clips, you know, a little something there if we want to. This could be little Grace. And the other thing you can do is add another piece here so it's totally hidden. I like to tie a rag, piece of fabric at the top, or have a dangle. But super cute, fun little altered paper clips. Cute. I like the little bitties. Lots of different ways, and you've seen altered paper clips, so this is, you know, nothing real new, but I just thought it was a cute addition and fun because I love little bitties. So you have that. Let's get this off, and then we also have, I think I was going to do the star. And the poinsettia. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I love the little poinsettia. Thought it was cute. Can you just pull that glue right off of there? Isn't that cute? And it's on a little baby paper clip. Love it. And then we fussy cut around. I don't know how to speed up. I'm sure some of you will be calling me saying, I'd be happy to show you how. And I wish someone could, because I know it would be less torturous. This one was not the easiest in the world to fussy cut either. So I'm going to, I got a paper clip stuck to my magnetic scissors here. Anyway, another cute one. And then you ink it up on the back and what have you. And I think I got this one backwards. I did it's better to do the long end. There we go. Cute on my little letter. My little tiny paper clip. So I was just wanting to show you a few. Let me put this back. We won't do more, but you can fussy cut them out and they will fit on these little tiny paper clips. They'll also fit on regular size paper clips. One I dyed with alcohol ink. You can just stick right there and put paper behind it. I love Jesus Light of the World. I'll be doing some more with these with the little paper clips because I love these. So RachandBella and Rose, thank you so much for letting me be a part of this challenge. I know I'm not as good as everyone else that's in it, but I do appreciate the opportunity, and I hope everyone got inspired and enjoyed this video. So I pray that you guys will have a wonderful Thanksgiving and a Merry Christmas and holiday season, and keep watching for more letters to come. There's someone else doing the letter L also today, and then we've got the rest of the alphabet to go. So stay tuned for more. Thanks again, my friends, for stopping in and visiting with me. And I pray you have a blessed day. And remember, God loves you, and so do I. Bye-bye.